Hello everyone, it's Brooks here. Welcome back to Minecraft Hardcore on Bedrock. Last time, I just got a wave. Last time we explored the Nether, and by that I mean we found a bunch of quartz, a few ancient debris, but we are mostly after quartz because I want to start planning out exactly how we're going to do this project. And honestly, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but I really am trying to think. So for now, let's just convert some blocks into quartz and then start planning out the project. Now, preferably, I want to use quartz and purple, but we don't have access to purple, and I am not going to go slay the ender dragon just so I can get purple. However, there are a bunch of other blocks like diorite we can use. So this area, you may have noticed, even in some previous time lapses, this area right here, I've been digging this out, and this is where the this area is eventually going to be flattened out, and is about where the museum is. Also, why is Brownie up? Silly Brownie, you do not need to do that. So this whole area right here is going to be flattened eventually. So that explains that. However, we already do have some flat ground to build this mob museum, and I want to build it sort of near the house, but not in the house, because eventually we're going to expand out, right? I can't just assume it's not going to be expanded out. So for now, and it's not a mob museum, what was it again? A lab. We're going to build a lab, and we're going to do pretend experiments on mobs. But this area right here is perfect. All we have to do is just chop down, that's a mega tree. Do I have a flint and steel? Is it worth starting a forest fire just to take down a mega tree? Or I could just change the spot. If you go... Ooh, actually I have an idea. I don't want it to be too far away, because this is also going to be the main area where we farm our animals and stuff. See, normally I just build a barn, and I did build a barn, but that was like temporary housing for cows. So this time, it's actually not going to be that way. This area is perfect, because it has some water. Water is going to be important later on for this build, so let's start with this. We could also make it look like an entrance to a place too. But for now, we can do something like this. And I am going to unfortunately need to get rid of these flowers. They make great decoration around the building itself. We did not get that much quartz. See, mining quartz is going to be a huge part of this project. Anyways, let's see. Okay. So I really just want to start planning out the shape of the building, and then I'm going to have to go mining for more quartz. So each little pod, what if we designed it backwards? What if I designed it based off of interior versus exterior? Because all my builds are usually exterior based, and then I do the interior. But what if I do it backwards? To 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be one of the chambers. So this area would have glass around it, and then I would, it would go up a little bit higher, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And then there's going to be some animals in here. And then I'm going to put some signs, and I'm going to designate them an experiment. And we're going to figure out what experiment it will be. And we're also going to theme every room around the biome that they're supposed to be in. Maybe like some fun fact about the animal. And then there'll also be paintings here. But I also want it to be a public attraction. So it would be like most zoos, but just more indoors. It would actually make more sense for it to be underground, actually. Now I think about it. Yeah, an underground lab would be really good. Then it wouldn't take up any room up here. And I could put it right next to our house. So then we would have to do a lot of digging, but it would basically solve my entire issue. So what we really need to do here is just make an entrance. So over by the edge of the sugarcane, we'll make an entrance. So it'll be kind of grand. I want pillar quartz, actually. We do have a very limited amount of quartz to work with. Why didn't I bring the stone cutter with me? Wait, is quartz even stone? I think it is. It's some kind of stone, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. So if we go here, snow. Do I have any extra quartz? No, I don't. Well, I will grab the stone cutter. Oh no, my diorite. And I don't want to put any diorite yet. I think some diorite later on will be good. Because really diorite is just dirty quartz when you look at it. So where was the entrance supposed to be? At the edge of the sugarcane farm, which is right here. Okay, I never built it. That's what it is. So we do need an obvious entrance, and this area is perfect because it kind of looks like a forest, and we're going into a forest, so it kind of matches into it. So yeah. So now, let's work on the entrance. Oh wait, I need some pillar cords. I wish that stone cutters could do reverse. Like you could convert it back. I don't know how big the entrance should be. Actually, I'll mark out the entrance and then turn it to pillar, because it's much easier that way. We want the entrance to feel like some kind of attraction, so I need fences. No, I don't. No. It needs to look like just a standard lab on the surface. So we do need to make an actual building. And the building would be like, this would be like the information desk area. We need that, but then the rest of it would be underground. Which means I could easily figure out how much quartz we have. So this area would be the entrance. This area down here is going to be the actual area to mine out. So I'll just mark this down with a makeshift staircase. And then we need to expand this out a little bit more, because behind here is going to be the information desk. And then we need more wall space, because I feel like, how are we going to get the money for this building? We're going to have some sponsorships, right? So we'll have some made up sponsorships here. That's exactly what we need. Yeah. So this would be the front desks, which means we need slabs right there. This here, and I need tons of wall space, and this will be the actual lab. And then there also should be a outdoor area with like some tables and stuff. And of course there will be a sign that says like animal lab zoo. I'll figure out the name of it, but for now we should do this. There we go. So now let's get in some pillar quartz here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 4 for now, because I just want to figure out how tall I want it to be. 2, 3. And this kind of building I like a lot, because normally when I'm playing out builds, I don't want to just like do it. 3, 4. 4, that's enough room space for advertisements. Yeah, and then this will just be pillar quartz. So we need 4, and there is, let's see, 3, 4, 5, so we need 20 quartz to be pillar for now. I can't believe I have to do math because I'm limited on resources. I guess that's what happens when you try to build such huge projects. Well, also in the early game. Although I don't really believe that whole early game, late game thing. 2, 3, 4 that people have tried to shove down our throats. 4. Oh, it's almost night. Did I bring a bed? No, I did not. There's gonna be tons of mobs spawning over here because I have not lit this area up yet. So yeah, that might be an issue, but not really. I mean, I could just sleep. I'm gonna bring the bed with us just so that everything's safe. We don't want any of our wolves to get hurt. Speaking of wolves, what happened to Brownie? Because I could have sworn that Brownie was over by these cows. Okay, yeah, Brownie, you can come with us. Actually, you can observe the project if you want to. It's not like building's gonna get my dog killed or anything. Sorry, we're not making any food. There we go. Nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you know, Brownie loves food. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he cannot have brownies. It's just funny that way. 4, and then this is the last pillar for now. 4. And then the another thing I like about building with quartz is that it's very textureless, so that when you build with it, it doesn't actually look bad, like no matter what you really do. Okay. There we go. Now we can start working on filling out the walls. And this is perfect because if I do it underground, then I can add the quartz later, which means I can build the project however I want. And I can do all the hard part, which is going to be the actual exhibits / testing areas. And let's see how this looks. Oops. Right now it's looking like a very generic kind of like building so far. We can spice it up with some chisel quartz, maybe some like designs with the chisel quartz. Something abstract, I think. But we are already out of quartz. So I only want to turn like half-ish of this into chiseled. Then we'll just fill out all the walls. Oh wait, this is not where this wall goes. I mean, a wall does go there, but we need some slabs. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ew. We're gonna have 1 slab left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did not miscount. So the desk needs to be back here like so. And we can extend it out a little bit on each side, so it looks more like a desk. So I guess it works out, but I do not have enough quartz for anything. That's okay. For now, if we actually just build the entrance, then we don't have to worry too much about quartz and stuff. I also want to put a map of our world in this building too, just so it like shows where the animals come from. So I'm going to like have a map displayed, and it's gonna have one of those markers, because you can make those map markers, and it's going to display what location these animals are found, as like a way to like add to the lore. But for now, we only have chiseled quartz available to us. I really thought we mined out more quartz, but my inventory was not too good. See, something like this. We don't have too much room, so we can't really make too many good abstract designs. But something like this says, I have texture. It actually kind of looks like a tree. Actually, that's perfect. If we made the actual designs trees, we don't have enough room right now. But I definitely could make a design a tree. If I figure it out, like this could be a branch. Because this is like a life kind of lab, isn't it? Okay, that looks nothing like a tree. It's actually starting to slowly look like a heart. That is not my intention at all. Okay. Let's see. So we need... Oh, you have tons of quartz left. Okay, I want to experiment and see if I can do this. If not, we can just expand up the walls, but we'll need tons more quartz. It doesn't matter. There we go. This is good. This is good. Now we want more quartz right here. And I need this. Okay. So if we actually built it without adding the wall, I think it'd be much easier. So if we had a tree would kind of look like this, right? And then it would go like this, but we want to break this, this, and this, and then rise this up one, and this up one. See, that doesn't look like a tree. A tree should be at least 3 tall. Which means moving this up like that isn't going to do too much. Because the best tree we can make is this. And then we need some kind of leaf block. For now, let's just say the dirt was the leaf. There is another quartz style we could use for leaves, I think. See, this would work out a lot better if it were a little taller. But I might be able to save this. If we did like a block here and a block here. Then here. And here. And no. Doesn't work because now it doesn't look like there's a central trunk. I was trying to do like previous branches. This looks like the start of a tree. That's for sure. But what we really need is more quartz. But really what I wanted to do is get the groundwork for the idea before actually executing it. Okay, this is the information desk. And I think the information desk is going to have the map. That'd be good. And then behind here, there's going to be nothing here. Like, oops. Why am I so bad at building all of a sudden? Like this. But then, unfortunately, we're out of quartz already. See, if we just gathered enough quartz to finish this part of the building. So maybe doing a tree would work. But what if I did the tree less complex? Or maybe use the bigger wall? I'm out of quartz, so there's no way for me to actually complete this. But perhaps if we did something like... If I had a thin block, that would work really well. Then I would go like this. Like this. But that's just like the two trunk idea that I don't like. Then it can go like this. We could pretend it's a tree. I'm sure I'll figure it out, but right now I don't have any quartz, so there's literally nothing I can do there. So, our next goal is going to be going back to the nether to find more quartz. It might even be easier to just like explore the surface nether and find some quartz that way. Because this is not working out. Also, I need to expand out my storage. For now, let's just build 2 more chests. Okay, sometimes I'm bad at math, okay? Remembering how much I collect. Technically, this is a project chest, but whatever. Actually, does the project chest have any quartz in it? It does. It does have quartz in it. This project might be saved. This is perfect. This should be enough to finish the walls. I'm starting to think that this tree idea just isn't gonna work. So we might just do like a simple, very simple design for now. But I definitely think it could work. If we expand it out a little bit higher. I might hop into creative real quick and see if I can do that. But you can't do that with hardcore worlds. Like if you make a copy of it, you can't just hop into creative because it's locked in hardcore. So that kind of sucks. But I always could test the design in creative. Yeah, but if I could just count all the blocks, I could recreate it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, after messing around in creative, I have figured out the tree design. And if we just fill this out, I'm pretty sure this will look fine. See, sometimes when you're limited with blocks, you're just like, what am I gonna do here? See, that looks like a tree. The thing is, I wasn't thinking about it literally. Like, these should be pillar, because that makes a better trunk. And then the chisel, they look like leaves. We could even spice it up with some... No, that looks horrible. Anyways, we figure out the design. But unfortunately, that's going to be it for this video. Next time, we're going to finish this tree design. And yeah.